Some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. Everybody's gotta believe in something. You won't feel a thing. No prelude. Love it or leave it. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. I got friends in low places. I always come through in a pinch. Sounds like a plan. A country boy can survive. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Right between the eyes. Raider. Life.
First blood.
Count on me. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. Yippee-ki-yay. Time to man it. My dad raised me right. Sounds like a plan. Yippee-ki-yay. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. Raiders roll. I got friends in low places. I always come through in a pinch. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. Take it. Everybody's gotta believe in something. My dad raised me right. Out. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Country boy can survive. No prelude. Love it or leave it. Now, I sure could use some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. You can count on me. Everybody's gotta believe in something. I sure could use some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. My dad raised me right. Tried to anyway. I always come through in a pinch. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Time to man up. No prelude. Love it or leave it. Country boy can survive. Yippee-ki-yay. Sounds like a plan. Count on me. Say goodnight. Raider. Now, I sure could use some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. Everybody's gotta believe in something. I got friends in low places. Yippee-ki-yay. I got friends in low places. You won't feel a thing. I always come through in a pinch. Country boy can survive. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Raiders roll. Sounds like a plan. No prelude. Love it or leave it. Sounds like a plan. You can count on me. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. I got friends in low places. I always come through in a pinch. Time to man up. You can count on me. Yippee-ki-yay. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. My dad raised me right. Tried to anyway. Right between the eyes. Now, sure could use some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. Raiders roll. I got friends in low places. I've seen a lot. Yippee-ki-yay. Raiders roll. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. Everybody's gotta believe in something. My dad raised me right. Try to anyway. You won't feel a thing. Sounds like a plan. My dad raised me right. Tried to anyway. Country boy can survive. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. You can count on me. I always come through in a pinch. Everybody's gotta believe. Country boy can survive. No prove it. Love it or leave it. Man up. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. I got friends in low places. I sure could use some Scotty Folgers old and great. Everybody's gotta believe in something. You don't mess with it. I always come through in a pinch. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. Koprulu, love it or leave it. Country boy can survive. My dad raised me right. Tried to anyway. Time to man up. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Yippee-ki-yay. Lights out. Say goodnight, ugly. Sounds like a plan. You can count on me. Raiders roll. My dad raised me right. Everybody. Yippee-ki-yay. I got friends in low places. You won't feel a thing. Country boy can survive. I always come through in a pinch. Lights out. Koprulu, love it or leave it. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy. Sounds like a plan. Koprulu, love it or leave it. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. You can count on me. Right between the eyes. Say goodnight, ugly. I always come through in a pinch.